Hello, my crafty friends. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Linda Edwards, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator with Crafty Heron Designs. I'm going to show you how to make this cute little fun fold card. Let's see, like that. This great paper, I think this would be great for a masculine card. Certainly it would be great for anybody. I think anybody, well, except maybe a teetotaler, they wouldn't like it. But a lot of different people, and I love this this plaid paper. And this is really a cute stamp set. It's in the new mini catalog, the January through April 2025 mini catalog. And this is what really caught my attention because we do like wine. Aging fine like cheese and wine. I love all the candles and the birthday cake. Isn't that cute? The little dog, how old in dog years you'd be. Now the sentiments are a little edgy. I don't know, maybe a little, I can't think of the right word for it, but you can let me know what you think. But I'm going to show you a way to do that, to take care of that. So this is the one I really liked, this happy birthday, but I really didn't like another wrinkle wiser. I think with a wrinkly dog like that, that could be cute, and I'm sure that's the intention, but I wanted to use it. So I'll show you what we can do. So let's go ahead and get started. This paper is the Timeless Plaid Designer Series Paper. And as you can see, it has lots of different colors. And so you could really do a lot of different things with it. It is currently on back order. It'll be available in February, depending on when you're seeing this. But I think it has a lot of great, here's the other side. A lot of great colors, a lot of different things you can do with it. And I had some fun with it. So I liked it because it's got two different sides, and you really do see both sides of the paper. So it really takes advantage of a paper that's got two different sides that you really like. So if you've ordered the card kit from me as part of the class, this is what you will get. And you'll see in your card kit, you'll have the card base. Now I'm going to use a different color. And your card base is just a standard card base, but one piece. It's not folded in half. So it's 5.5, 4.25 by 5.5. Let me get that out of my way. And then this piece of Designer Series paper is 6.5. Okay, I didn't write it down. Let's just double check it. I know it's 5.25, right? That's the length, 5.25. And I think it's 6. Oh, it's 6 inches because that's the size of the paper. Duh. Yeah, so you get to use almost the whole sheet of paper, but it's scored at 1 3/4. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 1 3. No, it's scored at 2 inches. So you can barely see the score line. So you'll decide which side you want to have up. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that over. So, okay, that wasn't very clear. 2 inches is the score line. It's 6 inches wide and 5.25 inches high. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that right now. And then we'll move on. I'll give you some more of the measurements. So you could decide which side of the paper you want to see more of. Just randomly, I decided that one. And then you'll have a piece of scrap. These two pieces are 2.5 by 4, and they're gonna layer like that. Okay, and then I've got a piece of scrap that we're gonna do some stamping on. So I'm not gonna attach that yet. Let's move that off to the side out of the way. And let's get started. I could go ahead and show you now the happy birthday. Let's do that. So this happy birthday, as you can see, it says another wrinkle wiser, and I just didn't really like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a piece of, this is Post-it tape. You could use just about any kind of tape. I'm covering up the letters that I don't want. So I just really attach that down so that it doesn't, just got to watch it doesn't come off. So it's hiding all the letters I don't want. I'm going to ink it up. Yep, missed the middle there. See, it's always good to look and see. For some reason, the BIR was not kind of picking up. that looks good. Now, the key, remember to take this off. Can I tell you how many times I have forgotten that part? It happens. All right, and now I'm gonna just go ahead and line that up and stamp. And that piece is gonna go on the inside. There we go. Nice. So that'll go on the inside of my card, so I'll set that aside. This is the piece that is, you can tell that it's for stamping if you've got my kit because I've clipped off that little edge there. And we're gonna go ahead and stamp. I'm using the Tuxedo Memento Black ink. And I realize that part of the problem here is I don't have a firm surface. Let me grab a piece of cardboard. My surface is kind of soft because it's actually like a giant mouse pad. So I want, the Memento does better when it's not quite so soft. So I'm going to use the Spotlight on Nature die. I just want to give myself a little idea of how high or low to go so that I get it, you know, all in it. And then I'll die cut it after I'm all done coloring. Perfect. And then other piece I'm going to do, and I want to do this down at the bottom, is the Aging Like Fine Cheese and Wine. And I don't see it here. There it is. All right. Take that. There we go. And mount that. And we'll go ahead and leave myself a little bit of room. I think I'm going to need to re-ink this ink pad. Well, maybe I should just do it now and show you how to do that. Have you ever re-inked your ink pad? All right. So this is the ink, and this is the same no matter what color ink you've got. This is the Memento black ink, and I'm finding that I'm not getting a super good image, so I'm going to show you what to do. So you take your ink and you see how quickly that absorbed. That tells me that, yeah, for sure I needed some more ink. It just sucked that right up. All right, so it's starting to beat up a little bit, so I know I'm good. And then I will take, I've got just a plastic spoon. Now it looks like it's all pretty well absorbed, but I want to spread it out a little bit, make sure that it's not like pooling all in one spot. So let me do that. Just be very careful so you don't have any sharp edges. Let's test it before. I'm going to go ahead and take that one off, and that's okay. But I want to test it to make sure I don't have any goopy areas that are getting too much ink. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay. I think I'm going to redo my happy birthday. It was okay, but it's not perfect. Not that it has to be perfect, but I'd like it. I'd like to redo it. So, yeah, that's better. Okay, let's see if we can get a better image here with the happy birthday. So, let's again take the happy birthday and put it on the stamp, clean it, and I have to tear off another piece of tape. Let's see, can I get a little better image? Of course, you know, it doesn't need to be perfect, but could maybe be a little bit better. Let's see. Still is not as good as I'd like it to be. Let me make sure. There we go. There we go. And go ahead and the image went down a little bit there. So I'm going to try and tilt it up a little. See if it's straighter. Hold it a minute. Oh, see, now I'm too goopy. Can you see that? I had too much ink on there. So that one's better. It's okay. I'm good. But I figure, you know, we got to keep it real here. All right, the next thing we're going to do, now this is my favorite part, we're going to do some coloring. So before I die cut that, I would like to color. So let me share my little colors that I did. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the red. I'm using Cherry Cobbler. And the Cherry Cobbler is the dark and light. Yeah. I always like to start with the dark, but I think in this case, I'm going to start with the light. Well, I'm going to start with the wine, and I'm going to use, you know, your blends have two sides. We've got a thin side, like a fine tip, and a thick tip. And mine has given me a hard time today. So I'm going to go ahead and do the grapes. And as you'll see, I'm not totally like coloring them in solid. I'm leaving a little bit of white, partly because it's such a dark image, you know, with the black and the color is dark. And so I wanted to kind of look as if there's some light on it, but I think it'll just, if I don't, it'll just be like a big blob. So I went ahead and just left a little bit of light there. And then the wine, I'm doing the dark, so I'm gonna go ahead and just have like a little accent here. And then I'm gonna bring in the lighter color. And I think it's such a, oh no, that's the big side. I think it's such a small image that I'm gonna go ahead and use the fine tip for both sides. And you see how I'm turning the paper? It just, whether you're right or left-handed, if you turn your paper rather than your hand, you'll get just as a lighter touch. So there you go. So that's the red. The yellow is Daffodil Delight, and that's my cheese. So again, I think I'm going to start with the dark. Now my Daffodil Delight blends have been giving me grief. So let's see if that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and there'll be a little bit of shading kind of there and a little bit of shading here. And pretty much I'm just using the lines of the cheese to kind of, those are both dark. And there's a light, Daffodil Delight. And now I kind of drag the dark color. I hope my head's not in the middle of the camera. I drag the darker color over into the lighter color to kind of blend it. I don't know if you can see that. See how I go over the dark color and then move to the light? So from dark to light, gives a little bit of a blend. And I try and stay off of the lines. The Memento ink is the one you want to use for when you're using blends because it is a water-based, but I still try not to go over the black if I don't have to, so it doesn't, just to take a chance not to smear. All right, so now this is pecan pie. This is dark pecan pie. Again, I'm gonna go over kind of the lines where I think it's gonna be dark. And I'm doing just the outside of the label and kind of some shaded areas where I think there might be a bit of a shadow. It's really thin there. And I'm going to go back with the light and again kind of drag the dark ink a little bit to kind of blend it in. And I know sometimes I think, oh, I need to start from light to dark, but really I don't think it matters that much, but except that I realized that I didn't do my wine in my glass. That's okay. Let's see. All right, let's do our leaf. This is light old olive. You could use light or dark. Oh gosh, no. That was the thick end. I'm just going to use the light and a little bit on the stem. And then on the glass, I'm going to use the light soft sea foam. And I just want, here on my little label, I want to create a little bit of like a shadow on the glass, just to give it a little bit of depth. So I'm just going under. You see how I kind of went under the rim, only on the right side, and then I'm going to go around there to kind of give it a little bit of shading. And come back in with my cherry cobbler, because I forgot to do that wine in the glass. And then the last thing I'm going to do is crumb cake. But I don't have my crumb cake here. Let me grab it for a minute. And the crumb cake I like to create to go around, just around the outside. Once again, I keep pulling off the wrong side. Just kind of going around the outside to create a little bit of a shadow. It just grounds the image. There we go. Kind of create a little shadow. And then that shadow I'm going to take all on the right side of the stamped image. And then in the middle there. Just give it a little shadow. Maybe bring that around a little bit. And it's very light, and as I do it, it'll even get lighter as I, see that? Just gives it a little, I think I'm gonna go ahead and bring this kind of out like that so that it looks like it's set on a tablecloth or something. There we go. Just grounds it a little bit. Okay, so get these out of my way and bring in the die cutting machine, because that's done. So you can see the reason why I had it on a piece of cardboard is you can see that goes through, and I didn't want to take a chance on it going through my surface there. All right, so I'm going to use my mini machine today. It's just a little easier for you to see what I'm doing with the smaller machine. I did have to make sure that my piece was small enough that it would fit. Oh, this is going to be tight, isn't it? Well, we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. I want that to be up a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to do it one at a time and see if I can get both pieces out of there. All right. That's good. Otherwise, I may have to get another piece of paper. Oh, that's good. That turned out cute. All right. Let's see. I should have done it lower. Oh, no, it'll be fine. I should have done my sentiment a little bit lower, but it's going to work out just fine. So I think I'm going to trim off a little bit of that excess so that I can run this through on an angle. And I'm going to bring in some of my tape to hold it because I want it to be straight. All right. Let's see how I did. Oh no, you know what? See my cheese, it's over. Move it over a little bit. Sometimes it takes a couple of tries to get it just right. So I'm trying to line up the C and the E in cheese and wine so that they're equidistant from this little corner here. I like this banner die. This is actually from the Cheerful Daisies stamp set, which has been around for a while, but it's got a great little banner in it that I use a lot. It fits a lot of our stamps, our sentiments. So here we go. Yay. And I think, I don't know if I said, this is the Spotlight on Nature dies, which there's just a whole plethora of different dies that go along with that. And I really like this because it's kind of neutral. The others are kind of lacy. And I feel like this one is nice and neutral and a little bit more kind of masculine, which I think goes well with this set. Okay, wow, almost done. Here's my happy birthday. So I'm gonna put this is, let me move over a little bit. All right, so what I want is I want to make sure that this gets hidden by this card. So I'm kind of just looking at it right now, kind of seeing how close it is. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered, this piece, but it could be if it works out. So I know I'm going to move that one over just a little bit. And then that's why I want to put this one on first, so that I make sure when I know where it is when I add the second piece. So there we go. And now this one, I only want to attach it on the side, right? So that I don't glue my card closed. So now I have a guide. I know how tall this is going to be. So I can go ahead and put my adhesive here. And I can actually feel under here how far over I need to go. And now I'm going to go ahead and line this up and make sure that you cannot see the white behind it. Now let me tell you, you have another option. If you want to be able to see the white, you could cut this piece bigger and then line it up so that you can see it all the way around. Either way works. So now we're just going to finish decorating it. I'm going to put that there. And the sentiment's going to go on dimensionals. Pop it up a little bit. Let's see. Where did they go? Now, you know they were right here a minute ago, right? Isn't that always the way? Here, I can use this. There we go. I've got a piece here. This was left over from another card. So cutting it down, that works perfectly. And I just want to make sure it's centered, right to left, and popped up a little bit. All right, and now I have these new beads. They are antique pearls, and they're kind of flat, which I really like. I don't normally put a lot of embellishment on a card if I think it's kind of masculine, but I think with the cheese and the wine, it just kind of works, you know? If this was, think about it, if this was like champagne, that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Where you could, it would be bubbly, and so the pearls would be kind of, I don't know, kind of shiny. But it's not champagne. It's red wine. There we go. Aging fine like cheese and wine. Happy birthday. What do you think? And here's the other one. I think they're both really cute. I think anybody would love to receive these, and it shows off this paper really well. So thanks for staying with me till the end. I sure appreciate it. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up or make a comment. It always helps others to find me when you do that for me. If you'd like to see more videos, I try to put one out a week. You can follow along. You can subscribe to my channel or follow along on Facebook, and you'll be notified when I post new videos. And I try to, use some things that maybe you hadn't seen in the catalog, maybe you overlooked. I felt like this was one that would be easily overlooked in the catalog. So I hope that you enjoyed it. Have a great day, and bye for now.